Assalamualaikum and a very good day, student. Today we're going to continue with our previous exercise. So I need you to open back your PHP Maker project. So for today, I'm going to cover the security part in the PHP Maker. Before we do this exercise, I need you to add one more tables in your PHP MyAdmin. So please go back to your PHP MyAdmin. Alright, access back your database. So I need you to add one new database called user. So this database has 6 columns. Alright, the first column is the user name. So please set a varchar for this one. The field size or length is 50, and make sure you select index. So this is a primary, so that user will have the unique usernames. The second part is full name. Alright, for full name, put varchar 100. And then the third one is email address. Also varchar. $100. The third one is a contact number. The fourth one, sorry, contact number. This is also varchar. Just put 20 is enough. Password. This is varchar 50, and the last field is a user level ID. Alright, set the type integer and the size is 11. Please save your tables. Alright, we already have this table. Now go back to your PHP Maker. Please click the synchronize buttons. Alright, the database has been altered. Do you want to synchronize this project with it? Yes. This one no need to display. Alright, so now we have a new table called user. Just tick this user. Alright, okay, do some changes. Right, for username, just put 50 here. The full name, I think you can put 50 also. The email address is also 50. If you want to put 100 also, it should be no problems. I just want the whole field to have the same size. But for the password, please select the password field here. So the password won't appear in the systems. For the user level, this one I will show you on how to link the fields. Alright, now can you go to the security? Alright, there is two type of account here. One is the administrator, another one is the table that you're going to use for the login parts. So if you take this administrator login, this is what we call the hardcore login, meaning that if you're using this password, you can access everything, right, without having the what we call the users. So let's say I just put this one. You can put any username, it's up to you. Let's say I just put admin here, and the password also admin. Alright, for the login part, please tick this use existing tables. Alright, we select the users. So the user name field, you should select username, and the password should be the password. Now I need you to go to advanced. Alright, so this one I will discuss later. Just go to the user levels and go to the dynamic user level. We're going to create the user access level from here. So how to do this one? Just tick the enable dynamic user levels. Alright, to enable user level security, you must select a user level field. Just click OK, and then click this create tables. So PHP Maker will create two more tables for you. One is the user level table, and another one is a user level permission tables. So just click OK. Alright, so the table has been created successfully. Just click OK. Now at the user level field, so select user level ID. Alright, now you can go to the user login options. Right, so there is a few options here. I will explain one by one. In the login part, if you want to tag fail attempt, you click here, meaning that if the user suddenly wrong type the username or the password, right, so the system can detect, and you can set how many times the user can try for error. Alright, if more than 3 times for this one, you can select your own number here. Let's say 3 here. The maximum failed attempt is 3, meaning that if the user failed to attempt the system more than 3 times, alright, so the Windows will freeze in 20 minutes, meaning that after 20 minutes they can log in back again, right? Alright, so this is options, right? If you want to use this one, you have to tick this one, but for this is optional. Let's say I don't want to use this tag fail attempt for the system, and just tap model for the login. This is only for the forms, right? Okay, now the password here. Okay, if you want to put the more secure password, you can use these options. For example, like hashed passwords, you can put case sensitive password. You will take what we call consider the uppercase and lowercase for your password, and you can set the enable password expiry. For example, if you tick this option, after 90 days the user have to renew their passwords. But again, this is options. Alright, if your system need the user to register, right, so you can use this user registration page. But for this system, user no need to register. But in some case, let's say your system need the user to register, you have to enable this one, and then you have to select which field that user have to fulfill this one in order for them to register. Alright, then you can put confirms. Send the registration email, means that after the user registered, you will receive an email, or you also will receive an email that notify there's a new users. Or let's say the new user need to have the activations, meaning that after the user register, they have to open their email address and then click the activation links, and then you can click here auto login after registrations or activations. So meaning that after activation, they straight away go to the systems. If you want to use a captcha, also can put here, and you want to pop up the form, you can use the models. But again, this is for the system that need the user for register. But for my system here, in our case, we don't need to have this registration page, but we still need to have this one, right? Change password page. So you have to enable the user to means that user can change their own password, send an email that notify the user already change the password. If you want to use a captcha, you can put here and model to pop up the windows for the password. And password recovery, if the user forgot their password, they can click the forgotten password, so you have to enable this thing. If you want to use a captcha, you can put here. Right, if you don't want, just leave it like this. Right. Alright, so but if you need to have the user registration, so you have to put here also the user email address. This is very important, because any changes of password, any changes of any new registration of the user or password recovery, you will go back to the email. So you need to have the email address fields here. Alright, but if you have the user registration page that need the required activation, so your form user need to have one more field called activated. So meaning that you have to add another fields. You have to add another new filter, activated fields. But since we don't have the user registration, so no need to use this one. Alright, so user table list page option here. Alright, you can have this option: concurrent user session con, you reset login field attempt, right? If the user fail to attempt, then you can reset the login. But this one will work when you click, when you have this option, right? Fail attempts. And set the password expiry. This is also in the login option here. If you put this one, sorry, in password option here, enable password expiry, you have to tick this one. And resend registration email also, if you have the user registration field, you can use this option, meaning that you can send back all the information regarding registration to the user email. Alright, just click OK. Done with this. Okay, so this one is option remember me auto logins. So meaning that after the user login, all the what we call the username and password will keep in the Windows. Alright, so this is option. Alright, so now I need you to go to the user level first. We have to modify this one, especially the caption. This is, let's say, I just put the is user levels, right? And this one is a level name. Alright, now I need you to go to the user level permissions. Again, this one is the user level, and this one you need to link to user level here. So how to do this one? Click this user level ID, go to the edit text. I'm going to use the select, click use lookup tables, select the table name should be user levels, the level field should be user level ID, and I just want to display the user level names. And the table name here, just rename to tables, and here is a permission. Alright, now go to the user. Okay, we have the foreign key called user level ID here. Need to be linked to user level, right? So change the captions. User level, user level. Alright, use the lookup value. See, you already create for you the what you call the links to the table, right? And then go to the table here. You have to modify the name or the caption of the user. This is the user, this is the permissions, and this is the user level. Right, so before we generate this one, I need you to go to the menu editor. We already have this one, the new one, users, permission, and user level. User level here, just put this. Alright, okay. You no need to display this permission, since the user level, the permission is the subform of the user levels. So but what I try to do with this one, okay, let's say I want to add another sub menu here. So how to do this one? Click this button, add item. Let's say this one I put admin. So the permission, it should be under permission, under admin. So how to do this one? Just click this button, right, move down one level, and also the user level. Alright, this is under admin. User dot, okay, then click OK. Oh, but this one allow anonymous user. Okay, last time our system Alright, the menu of our system is on left of your screen. You also have an option to put all the what we call the menu on top of your screen. To do this one, alright, you have to tick this one, navigation bar. Let's say for the admin, I want it to put in on top of the screen. Right, you can have all in the screen, or some of the menu on your left screen and some of the menu in your on top of your screen. So let's say this admin should be on top, So you just tick the navigation bar item here and then click OK. Now try to generate. Right, now go back to your browser. Right, when I click this one, right, you already have the what we call the login part here. Okay, if I put the wrong password, so what will happen? Just click login. So incorrect username and password. Okay, I just type the hardcore password, which is the admin. So for those who have forgot on how I can get this password, you can always go back to your security. This is the username and the passwords. So alright, login. Okay, this is the users, right? We don't have any info about the users, and notice that there is one menu here called admin. So this admin have the user levels, right? Okay, I forgot to remove this copy button. We don't need to have this copy button. How to do this one? Go back to your PHP maker, go to the tables. Alright, scroll until you can get the what we call the copy. Just remove the copy. And detail record here, I need to select all. And another one is secure number. Alright, please generate back. Okay, now can you go back to your browser? Please click the refresh or reload button here. Alright, the copy button is already removed. Alright, by default you're going to have three type of the user, which is anonymous for the user that no need to have the account that can access to your system, the administrator who are the person who can access everything, and the defaults. This one thing you can change later, but for this exercise I need you to add one new user. For example, like this is data entry. Alright, so the user level here is user level is number. Oh, this one is wrong actually. Okay, can you go back to your PHP maker, the user level here, right? This one is your level name actually, right? User level name. And can I go back to user here? Alright, okay, now can you generate back your PHP maker? Alright, refresh. Okay, okay, let's say I go back to here. Okay, since the third number is 0, the new or the next record should be number 1. So user label is number 1, and our name is data entry. Just click add first, and then for this data entry you can give a permission. What this user can access, you can assign from here. Just click the permission here. For example, let's say for the data entry, you can insert the doctor, alright, can add, can delete, maybe you cannot delete, add, can put, can edit, can list, can look up, can view and search, and can import. Don't put admin, right? For list of medicines, maybe can select all. For medicine also, and person, let's say they only can add, cannot delete, can edit, can see the list, can look up the patient, can view the patient, can search, can import. And permission, don't let the users of the what you call the data entry to access, because if you let them access the permission, they can change the permission. Alright, the treatment, add, edit, list, lookup, right, and import. And for the user, this is their own informations, so we can put users, can edit, can list, can look up, can view, meaning that this user can only see their own data. You cannot see others user information. For the user level also, don't let them to access. If not, they can easily change their user levels. So update. Now can you go back to your user? You try to add one new user here. Let's say I just put my name here, the username is Isma. Alright, the email address, put the correct email address, right? Because let's say this user forgot their password, they can access from the email address. Alright, you can put password here. Alright, just type, let's say, alright, so this is the password, and the user level ID here. Maybe this one you can change later the captions. You can put data entry here. If you select administrator, means that this user will act as administrator. He can access everything in the system. But for this user, I try to add or assign this user as a data entry. So click add. Alright, this one you can choose later how. Just go to here, the caption here, level name. Alright, now let's say try to log out and log in using the new user. Right, so I only can have access my own data. Okay, let's say I go back to the logout here, admin, I add another user. Okay, this is a password, this is also data entry. Okay, now let's say I log in as a Amri. Right, when I go to users, right, you can see there is two user here. So how to make sure that this Amri can access only his information, not other information? So what you have to do, go back to your PHP maker, go to the we call the security, go to the advanced. Okay, for the user level here, right, user ID, please select username. Right, please select username and then click OK, generate back. Alright, go back to your browser, try to log out and sign in again. The user, see, Amri cannot select other information, you cannot view other information. So alright, so when you log in, so how to make that this user as a default view? What you can do, go back to your PHP maker, go to the tables. From here you can see the default here, right? Click user as a default. Alright, when you go back to your browser, notify that there is a personal data and change password. When the user click personal data here, they can remove all their own information. So how to make sure that the user cannot remove their information? Only admin can do that. You have to remove this personal data. So what you can do, go back to your PHP maker. Alright, I need you to go to tools, go to advanced settings. Alright, from here just try to search personal. Right, yeah, use personal database, untick this one, click OK, and then generate back. Alright, go back to your browser. Alright, refresh or reload. Now the personal data button is already disabled here. Okay, you can change password, for example. Right, old password, new password, confirm, and then put the what we call the captcha here. Okay, so the user can access or can add a records like this, right? Alright, okay. So this is our lesson today, and hopefully you can do this exercise, and we're going to continue this PHP maker lesson next week. Thank you for having my class today. Assalamualaikum.